Alright, I'm recording this because I'm literally just narrating the entire Bible to myself, and I might as well read it in this world, speak it from memory, because why not? Who's on my phone? So, this is not only gonna have me doing the Bible and stuff like that, but we're gonna get exclusive things of me reading comics. I'm gonna do this one real quick. Alrighty. Anyways. What? Huh? Is it a loud bashing sound or whatever? Like glass hitting the floor? Oh my god, I fucking killed it! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, no. Basically what happened in the comic was, Shrimpo took Finn's fish out of his head. Finn collapsed on the floor and looked like he died, but, I don't know if he did. And Shrimpo's screaming with the fish in his hand that he think he killed him. Anyways, I'm doing this from order of, like, how canonically it would go. So, like, when they met to where it ended or where it still stands. Because I don't know if it's just on hiatus or if it's going to be continued, so. Basically, Party Noob Pest known each other for a couple of years. I'd say about 7 years, and then after that, they were dating for about 7 years. So like in their teens, like I'd say 16, 17, they were dating. They'd known each other for they'd known each other since they were like 15, I think. Then started dating when they were like 16 or something, and then 7 years later, they got married for 4 years before Pest died. This kind of gets fuzzy. It kind of gets fuzzy here because I don't really know what happened too much. Pest proposed to Party Noob at the playground, though, at a certain playground, where they then also found their cat named Darling. They moved in, or they were living together in a basement, Grandma's basement, an Avatar, the freaking world, Grandma's basement. They lived there. They lived in the basement. They rented the basement part. I think Party Noob owned the upstairs, and Pest technically owned the downstairs or basement. So, there's that little bit of info. In a game called Wood, or We're on Observation Duty, Pest had to get a job, so he took that job offering. I'm pretty sure Pest got sick or injured, so Party Noob had to supply, or no, I don't want to say supply, had to interject themselves into the freaking shift, which led Party Noob to meet Folly, and Pest to meet Folly, causing both of them to get hurt, and Party Noob having existential trauma and existential PTSD of ever stepping foot in that goddamn building ever again. Thanks to Folly, Party Noob now has a fear, or I'm assuming a fear, of like, I think this is like my personal thought right here, so this can be absolutely changed, and I think it will be changed in the comments by Wilm. Hi, Wilm. Hi. But basically, I like to think Party Noob does not like shoulder touching unless you're close and and they know that you're doing it. And they do not like people standing behind them, especially if there's like weird eerie silence. Don't like that. I don't think they'd like that whatsoever. So if you're like watching Party Noob do something from like behind their shoulder and they don't know it, like they see you, they're gonna be like, oh, no, Molly. No. Anyways, Folly. Okay, hold on. I gotta backtrack here. Party Noob steps in for Pest's shift in Wood one time, actually a couple times. They step into Pest shifts. They get hurt by Folly, because Folly just wants to hurt them at the moment, just wanting their power, just wanting what they have, that ability to not die, and that ability to always stay joyous. I don't fucking know. I kind of forget. So Folly hurts, and I'd say kind of manipulates Party Noob at certain points. Just standing there right in front of him, leaning down over them, being like, hey, you sack of horse shit. I don't know, I'm trying here because I'm trying to recap what I monologued to myself, and such. So I'm gonna try and slow down. Party Noob now permanently has 3 scars on their face. Like I think 3 right here from Folly's claws digging into them, and 1 right here for like 2 or 1 or 2 right here from Folly slashing at their face. I also like to think that because of Folly digging her hands into their shoulders at some point, they have like little like indents or like little point prick scars on their shoulders, on the front at least. Time skip. Party Noob ends up completely tasing and buffooning Folly by taking a taser, a 10,000 volt taser basically, like 13,000 or 20,000, 10,000 volt taser, and tasing the ever living shit out of her, causing her to completely bleed out all over. As Folly was going in to attack Party Noob, that's when Party Noob did tase the shit out of her. She bled out on the floor, still living, and Party Noob then ran. Party Noob ran. In wood, there's 2 sections of the house. There's the actual game part, where like the objects spawn in, and then there's the main part where you play the game. Like there's a monitor and stuff like that. In the house, if you can remember the layout of the house, there's rooms here. So there's rooms here. Red room, wall, blue room, wall, bathroom, and then the kitchen. Right there in that door frame of the blue room, that's where Party Noob tased the shit out of Folly, and then they ran out into the door, going into the main game room, and going into the corner with Pest. They stopped playing wood after that. They stopped going to wood because that job danger, scary. Forget what happens with that weird time blockage or whatever. But at some point, I forget when, Party Noob and Pest had an argument. Had some kind of like weird argument. Where Pest was completely fucking annoyed that Party Noob would have these giant ass parties till like 5 o'clock in the morning, and it would give Pest massive headaches and such because he could not sleep. He just had to sit there and deal with the noise, and then he had to deal with Party Noob, who was sometimes drunk because they would come down and be like, "Hey, Pest," like all boozed up and such, like someone spiked the punch. He got tired of it. He backed Party Noob up into a corner. So in Grandma's basement, and I'm talking about Grandma's basement now. Grandma's basement, there's a couch, and in the basement itself, a couch in the basement. In the corner of that couch, like closest to the wall, like up against the wall, that's where Pest had cornered Party Noob and gave them more scars. Folly then later down the line did the exact, Folly did it first. Folly hurt Party Noob in that way, and then Pest, when the argument happened, did it in the exact same way, pretty much, causing Party Noob to have trauma under PTSD of both times. And then, when something traumatic happened again for Party Noob, they sat in the corner of the couch wanting to feel safe and cornered. Then Pest came up over and started like going back to them, being like, "Hey, is everything all right?" And Party Noob freaked out. Party Noob freaked the absolute fuck out. I don't want to say freak the fuck out, but like, that's kind of what happened. There's a balloon. Okay, balloon has to go over. Ignore me. I'm beating up a balloon right now. Stay over there. Thank you. Anyways, back to Bible. Excuse me. Back to Bible. Something goes on. I forget what. I genuinely forget what happens, but somehow there's like 2 split versions of Bible, I think. I don't know if I'm getting AUs mixed, but there's one where Poob dies, I'm pretty sure, and turns into a ghost and like haunts Pest in a good way. And they live in like this abandoned suburb kind of area. Basically, they live in a get lost forest for both of these. Party Noob dies by getting spiked by Punch at a party. And then there's the other version where they somehow end up in Get Lost because they were evicted, I think, from Grandma's basement. And they had to move out into Get Lost. Folly followed them. And so yeah, Folly followed them. Then this is the canon one. The other one, I think it was like some kind of like separate kind of thing, like a little experiment type thing. Party Noob died getting spiked. Giant cat beast thing, the original freaking thing that was supposed to, like, the Regretivator Cube falling level original entity, the Jester cat thing. That kind of god who's like, oh, Party Noob's dead, Pest. Fuck you and your husband and your life. Fuck you. I'm sorry that this happened, but fuck you. Anyways, I moved to the canon one. Somehow, Party Noob, Pest, and Folly all end up in Get Lost. Folly obviously follows Party Noob and Pest because that's the fucking main goal. I forget where they live. No, wait, actually scratch that whole eviction idea. Scratch the entire eviction idea. They go on walks. The Get Forest is near their house, I'd say. And they would constantly go on walks out there. I think they had to abandon their house due to some odd reason. I actually forget what. But they somehow lived out and get lost. I don't know how. I genuinely don't know how. God, I wish I had another person here. I have a faint memory of a certain roleplay. I'm gonna just say this now. Faint memory of a certain roleplay where Folly and Party Noob. Folly is talking to Party Noob a lot, telling a lot of surreal things and a lot of serious things. I forget what. Like how you have this option. You can choose to keep living or you can choose to like kill yourself or something like that. You have to do this or do this. And both options were really bad because it ended up in someone dying, either themselves or someone close, and that someone close was Pest. So, I forget if Party Noob chose anything, so don't come after me. I'm really bad with lore keeping, especially when it's not written down, and there's barely any recorded videos of it that I haven't posted to YouTube, and I don't want to dig through my Oculus gallery. It's whatever. I'll just try and keep explaining to the best of my abilities, and then we're gonna see if I can save time. And I'm not even like halfway done. I mean, I'm almost done. I'm more than halfway done, actually. Basically, Party Noob, Folly, talking and Get Lost, having serious conversation. Folly keeps hearing the Wendigos, alerting Party Noob because of her expression and how she acts. There is a video out there of it. I just have to find it. And okay, I gotta stop. I forget what they were talking about. Just thought that was necessary to say. Party Noob and Folly having a surreal talk and surreal moment, being like, you have this option and you have this option. Choose one of these before the end of the week or before the end of the night. Please. Then we skip forward to the juiciest part of all of Pybel. Party Noob is forced by gods and by surreal beings, mainly not by Folly, mainly by Folly. Back then, Folly, when all Folly wanted was power. Party Noob has to kill Pest. Kill him. Party Noob and Folly stalked Pest on his walk. He went to the docks. He went to the docks of the Get Lost world. The waterfall, docks, went there. He passed, sat there at the docks for about 20 minutes before anything happened. Folly and Party Noob were talking. Shh. That's my phone. Party Noob, Folly talking. Folly reassuring Party Noob and such. Party Noob gets handed a knife and is told that he has to do this, or that they have to do this. Folly dissipates into the shadows, because it's night. Folly dissipates into the night, the shadows. Party Noob has to do the deed. And they do. Pretty sure how it was done, it's not decided, but how I like to think of it, is that Pest stood up, Party Noob went behind them, and Party Noob either slit his throat, stabbed him in the chest, or, I know, Liam, I know, I'm recording something.
No!
Stop! It's a genuine serious thing, dog. Thank you, Liam. You're amazing. He's like pretending to like do a suit and tie and stuff like that. Like,
I'm Chance, by the way.
he's Chance.
I'm Chance, by the way.
Nice. Okay, stop, Liam. Basically, is either slit the throat, stab the chest, or something like that. Another thing is that Party Noob and Pest. Pest lost all. One sec. Pest lost all emotion. Party Noob had to regain. One sec. I am explaining some. Stop. What is that, Ginger? Where? Oh my god, this is accurate to the lore. She doesn't have any limbs. This is accurate to the cannibal lore. She doesn't have any limbs.
She only has an arm.
No, those are her sleeves. Babette ate her. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Anyway. What do I get to keep? I get to keep Mini no-limbed Ginger? Yes! Mini no-limbed Ginger! This is actually amazing. Hold on, I'm putting her right here. Basically, little detail, Pest one time lost all of his memories due to a deal to keep Party Noob alive. I think Party Noob died. Actually, Party Noob died because Party Drink got spiked, and then Pest sold off his emotions to bring Party Noob back to life, and then for the rest of his life he wasn't supposed to feel anything. But then Party Noob re-unlocked his goddamn memory and emotions and such. Not memories, his emotions. After like a little loving bonding moment at the dock, making the dock killing more fucking emotional. Yeah, I know, Liam. But yeah. This is a rough explanation of Bible. It's really bad. Please, Wilmer, please correct me. Please correct me on this. Like, leave timestamps being like, at this part is wrong, or at this part, this is actually supposed to happen. And at this part, this is my little additives, and I agree about this, and I disagree about this, and I want this to be changed, or this is actually correct. Please, please, please. Oh. Louis Balloon. We're gonna end this with me making out with Louis Balloon.